Okay, so I did Zapalytics by myself. Tried to do a chow mein mint project and gave up on it because it was too hard. So I started this at 1 o'clock, but I think I got pretty far for what I did today. Um, so if you don't know, Nostr has this concept called Zaps, where you get to tip people on Lightning. It's fast, it's fun, it's fun, it's cool. You get to increase Bitcoin adoption, hopefully. But they also kind of suck. They have terrible privacy. You're just telling everyone I just paid this person this much money. And everyone's using custodial Lightning wallets. I mean, different people have highlighted that today. Even if you saw with Dee's project, everyone used the Zebedee custodial wallet. Obviously that's not good. And I can run analytics on you. So that's going to show you what I did today. So basically the idea was so a Zap has an invoice in it, and as well it's tied to a user. So I wanted to go through, I just downloaded every single Zap that's ever happened and totaled up the amount. So it was 6 Bitcoin worth of Zaps have happened. This number is actually kind of hard to verify because when I first did it, it said 3,000 Bitcoin. I was like, well, that's not right. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I created a fake Zapper, so I broke my own project. But yeah, so I filtered out anything over 2 Bitcoin, and so it totaled up to 6 Bitcoin, 170,000 Zaps. The average Zap was about 3,000 Sats. 5,000 unique Lightning nodes have been zapped by 6,000 unique users. But I think the most telling stat is there's only 57 unique Zap authors. So and in the Zap flow, a user creates a request to Zap, and then once the Lightning invoice is paid, the Zap author creates the event that basically proves that this person was paid. And so only 57 people, pubkeys, have ever done this, at least of the 170,000 nodes I downloaded, which is pretty bad. I mean, I know I'm 2 of these, or maybe 3 of these, and there's probably Wall, Satoshi, Alby. So if you go down here, this is by not by Zap count, but by users' metadata of what they have set as their Lightning address in their profile. And you can see half of it is Wall of Satoshi, a quarter of it is Alby, and then Zebedee, Stacker News, Fountain, ln.tips make up another big chunk, about another 12.5%, and then others is another 12.5%. I just basically was scrolling through my database looking for common ones and added it to this chart. But so yeah, it's kind of telling. It looks like 82.5% of this is custodial stuff, which is terrible. So hopefully we can fix that. So this is the base stats I was able to get out in a couple hours. Oh shoot, I closed my. So what were the challenges when building this? Really, Nostr. So on the one Nostr project that didn't use Blaster, because Blaster only works for sending. But for receiving, Nostr relays really don't want to give you events. When I did this initially, I was just give me every kind of the Zap kind to me, and they'll send you 1,000 events, and that's it. But there's obviously way more. So I had to do a lot of little loops of okay, give me all the Zap events for this day, and then this day, and then this day, and then this day. And even still, that doesn't totally give you everything. My fake Zaps were screwing up stuff. And I screwed myself by doing this starting at 1 o'clock today. But as well, I guess I want to show this too. So I'll show you this is I still haven't gotten every Zap in the world. When I start this, so this is me. This is just the logs of it fetching different data. It just when they're pouring in. So there's tons of events where I'll ask again the same relays over and over, and I'll just get new events every time. So yeah, it's kind of slow getting all these events. And eventually, once I'm caught up to speed, it'll be easier. But it is a problem. So for the future, obviously more charts and graphs. I just did the base of creating that thing, but I want to do things where instead of just getting okay, these are half of them are Wall Satoshi, half of them are Alby or something. I actually call that Wall Satoshi endpoint and get an invoice and mark that to a Lightning node, so I can create a graph of all the actual Lightning nodes receiving Zaps. Yeah, and then as well, I could do things okay, I see this is a user's Lightning node. I could probe them on Lightning and see their actual balance, and I could do stuff as well going on a per user basis and saying, okay, this user has sent this many zaps, received this many zaps. Like, you know, I'll call up the IRS for them and tell them, you know, go, this guy's, you know, made a bunch of money. As well, Alex gave me this idea of creating an AI bot that takes all the most profitable posts and copies them to try to generate zaps. That would be the hard part. That would be funny to do. But yeah. So how do we fix this? Please stop using custodial wallets. But the problem is there's no self-hosted solutions really. So maybe I should have built that instead. But but yeah, if someone needs to build a self-hosted solution for this, or another solution is create more fake zaps so these analytics don't work. And then in the long term, Bolt 12 and blinded paths will help fix the lightning side of the privacy problem. Yeah, that's all I got. So how does a fake zap work? So a zap is just an invoice, and then you put a pre-image saying like this is the payment for it. The thing is, like Lightning's private enough where I can't validate like externally that that's a real invoice. So like I have it built for my personal Lightning node. When you zap me, I'll give you a real invoice and you pay it. But the zap event that I create has a completely different fake invoice in it. So you can't like, you know, other people don't know what node you paid and stuff like that. So that could help, or you could just like, I also have a fake zapper where I just say like, someone zapped me 1,000 Bitcoin, and you know, there's no way to tell that someone didn't zap me 1,000 Bitcoin. But yeah. Anything else? All right, thank you.